Greetings, viewers. Burly Gaming here from the Arena Productions, and recording another extra take. This one, Final Fantasy XVI. So as you can see, the game loads very quick using that PS5 SSD. Now this Final Fantasy is going even more action-based than what we had in 15 and 7 remake, but it's got a few different things. So I'm gonna go up to this little stone here. You have a little, as you're playing through certain story missions and you complete them, you can go back and replay them, which is something I really do enjoy them. And you can get rank scores and compare with you and your friends, which is cool. So it's nice for the good memorable boss fights. You can go back and you can experience them. You don't have to hold a save and then go back to that save if you want to fight that boss fight. Replay stages, a lot of cool stuff. In here, just give you a little rundown of the menu so you can see Clive, see his stats. These abilities here I will go into in a little moment. You can see your party members here. Torgal, our little dog here, and you can see, can't see too much for him, but just his pedigree, so his efficiency for his abilities. Have your gear system, which I actually really like, because I'll show you in a moment here. Your gear really does play an important role, and you start off and you can get these items called like the Ring of, and you can get them of the Timely Focus, which I'll show you when we get into some combat how it plays in. But it's just some stuff to make the difficulty and make the game, even if you're not into these action kind of games, make them a little bit more easier and more to your play style. So you have your icons. I only have these 3 so far on this save. And you can set your abilities. We'll show all that once we're in battle. You have a big ability chart here where you can not only buy the abilities, you can also upgrade them and then master them once you've done the other upgrades. You have your potion slot for your shortcuts for in battle. So using different items, what you want to bring into battle, your journal for your quests, and your map, which I like. You can be in a section in the map in one of these little dungeon areas and then go back and then warp to another place if you wanted to, instead of traveling along back. So there's your shop, nothing I care about. Your little side quest, and then here you can change the song from other songs in the game that you find throughout the game. But this game is a little love letter to the series. There's a lot of little references if you're looking around, and you'll see. But as you saw from like the save icons and stuff earlier, they do have these little pixel art, so they still remember their roots. And then here, just
if you have a question for me,
you can go back and read stuff here. Now I have this running on performance mode, and this thing runs, you'll see when we get in the action very shortly, I'll get into some combat, it runs great.
What'd you need?
So one of the nice things is you have the forge here, so you can craft weapons and equipment, but you can also reinforce. So you'll see in the case of like some of the equipment here, you can make them better. So it's not just I made this item, this is all I have. No, I can do +1, +2 if I have the items and just make it better. And so hunts are back, so you can hunt creatures and monsters to go find them. So you have tons of stuff you can do in this game. So let's just go travel. And you'll see the load. They really make the loading as minimum as possible. And there you go. So pull up the map. And whenever you see these little obelisks here, you can travel to them. So that way, even in a big area here, you can travel around. Quick. Ah, here we go. We got some enemies here. So you got your basic sword attack. You can use magic unlimited times, but you can charge it up to make it a little bit better. But you can hold the R2, do special abilities with your X and square, R2, square, and triangle, sorry. And you can use L2 to switch to your different icons so you get the different elements and different abilities. You're going to want to switch them in battle because you get different effects, and it just really helps. Like for these enemies, that's nothing, but for the bigger and stronger enemies, it helps. So that way you get elemental advantages and just helps you be able to whittle that health bar down. Some of the enemies in this game can have a lot of health. Pulling them down. Now, one thing I don't like is that you only are Clive. You can only play as Clive. I can't play as Jill or Torgal. But you can, for Torgal, you can use the D-pad and have him sick, use his Ravage, and heal you a little bit. Jill, I can't have her do anything, set stuff, so it's set for Jill and other party members. It's just set to whatever they're going to do. So unfortunately, you cannot command party members, and Clive can only use swords. So you can't get any axes, lances, or anything like that and change up his weapons he has. Which I really wish we could, but I understand it because they set this for what they wanted and make it easier so that way the combat feels fluid and all that. Now, the story on this is this game goes back to its roots, Final Fantasy. It's going purely fantasy-based, very political, this one. You would not be surprised to hear it being described as Game of Thrones. Now, I'm not saying, I'm going with good Game of Thrones. I have not finished the story yet, but the story so far I really am enjoying, and it's something that is keeping me intrigued. Overall, I could say I highly recommend this game. If you have a PS5, check it out. One of the nice things is you can download the demo, and if you play the demo, it's about 3 hours of gameplay you can get out of it. If you complete the demo, you transfer that in when you buy the main game. If you still have the demo there on your PS5 and the save data, it'll transfer it in. So that way, it's the first 3 hours. You don't have to replay that, but as well as you'll get get a couple items. So, like some of these were for pre-order and some other stuff from playing the demo. So, but enough of me talking about the game. I'd love to hear from you, everyone, in the comments. What do you think of Final Fantasy XVI? Is this a game for you? Do you think this could be a Game of the Year contender? Will this beat out, as many people think, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is going to win it? You think it's going to beat it? Love to hear from you in the comments. This is Burly, signing off from the Arena Productions. See y'all next time. Bye!